In this video, we are going to talk about Mogcoin, some of its recent price action, as well as the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of MOG to go in the coming days and weeks. So we'll start by looking at the weekly chart. I've already made a couple of videos about MOG, and in previous videos, we have talked about MOG approaching this crucial area of support that we are at right now. This is a very important support area for MOG in my opinion, and I think that if it fails to hold it, then MOG will likely continue dumping much lower. I think that if we go below this low from back in April, as well as below the low that we had back in the October liquidation event, which are at a very similar price, if we go below both of these, then MOG will likely continue dumping a lot lower, as there isn't really any significant support below that, other than some levels way lower that we've only seen all the way back in 2023. And I also talked about why I think that Bitcoin will likely create a higher low and continue its relief rally, which I thought would most likely lead Mogcoin to also get a recovery. But what I'm seeing here on the chart is not great at all. I do not like what I'm seeing. Despite Bitcoin getting a pretty nice recovery and continuing its relief rally, it is now at well above 90k. It went from 80k all the way up to about 94k, and as you can see on this chart, MOG barely even moved. MOG has been very weak for a few months now, and really for the entire year of 2025, from about late 2024, from back when we had this mini alt season. Since then, despite the crypto market doing relatively well for some of 2025, at least until October when we had the Bitcoin all-time high, MOG has been a very poor performer, really basically just only dumping, not getting anywhere close to this all-time high that we've had back in December of 2024. And the structure for MOG is looking very bad in my opinion. I think that this support area for MOG is really the last important support area that it has to hold, or otherwise it will just continue dumping a lot lower. And the MOG not getting any significant recovery despite Bitcoin and most of the crypto market doing very well in the last few days is very concerning. We've seen Bitcoin go up, as I said, a lot of altcoins followed it and got a very significant recovery as well, but MOG, as you can see, is not one of them. Despite the last few days being very good for the crypto market, this weekly candle so far for MOG is actually red, and MOG has really just been dumping for the last few months. Even leading up to the Bitcoin all-time high back in October, MOG was actually dumping leading up to it. So it really has been weak for a very long period of time now. And also in general, I am expecting most altcoins to likely underperform Bitcoin and also likely Ethereum, at least in the next few weeks. I think that at least until Bitcoin starts getting closer to its all-time high, as well as Ethereum, I think that most altcoins will not have a great chance at doing well and outperforming Bitcoin. I think that for us to get an alt season and a lot of altcoins to do very well and go parabolic, we would need to first see Bitcoin approaching new all-time highs and Ethereum crossing 5k. I think that would be the main trigger for altcoins to start doing very well, like we've seen back in previous cycles and in previous alt seasons, but this is still very far away right now. And specifically talking about Mogcoin, it is one of the worst looking altcoins in my opinion. A lot of other altcoins have recovered very well following Bitcoin, and they have a much better structure despite the recent struggle in the entire crypto market. I think that even if we do eventually get a euphoria period in the market and an alt season, which is not looking the most likely at the moment, but even if we do, I'm still not sure that Mogcoin will actually do that well. And as I said, if we lose this area of support, it will be very, very bad. Of course, Mogcoin is a very small market cap meme coin, and its price is incredibly unpredictable and volatile. So I could be making a new update about MOG in just a few days, and the entire picture could completely change if we see a very significant recovery and MOG starting to rally. It's still possible. We still haven't lost this support area, but it's really not looking great in my opinion, and I would personally not get into MOG at the moment. Of course, this is not financial advice, it's just what I personally think. In general, I wouldn't get heavy into altcoins, and especially not into MOG with its structure and price action looking so weak. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for this update. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about MOG, as well as other meme coins and altcoins and the entire crypto market in general, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.